beautiful island nation of Amaria. This, very small island nation is home to one of the best racing facilities in the entire world, the Port Skyline International Raceway. Here in Port Skyline, Amaria, the capital of this rather small, island. In fact, there's only a couple of cities on this island, or actually, there's Port Skyline and a couple of villages. This track was built on a former air base before they built a bigger, airport on the other side of the island. So, none of the real airfield section, only the two back straightaways are resemblant of the old airfield, but the rest of the airfield was completely gutted, and, well, it isn't there anymore. This is another track, though, that, Kenny Myatt is really, really strong on historically, and there was a lot of people that after his dominating win at Road Atlanta are already giving the championship to Myatt. Now, that's a little bit of a far-fetch, I think, because even if he wins this race, the next 4 tracks on the schedule, historically, Kenny Myatt isn't very good on. The only one I might give him a decent chance with would be Oklahoma, but the rest of them, Myatt, admittingly, he said, isn't very good at. Arkansas, Las Vegas, Oklahoma, and Darlington. 3 out of those 4 tracks he really doesn't like. The only one he kind of hasn't said much about is Las Vegas. Other than that, it's been a rather calm weekend here. Beautiful weather has a lot to do with it. Amaria tends to be one of the least anger-filled weekends where everybody forgets their problems and goes racing. So let's get to it. And now the field of 42 lines up here at Port Skyline, and they're off. Bigger distance starting grid. Looks like Henry Sanford didn't get a good start. Look at Nathan Hudson from 4th on the grid. Actually, I think he was further than that down the grid. He is already trying to go up there and steal away 2nd position on the outside. Nick Mace got a great start from pole. Down the back straightaway they come. It's a drag race between Hudson and Henry Sanford for 2nd. James Shelley slots into 4th. And now here comes the gauntlet, the toughest section of this track. Oh, Sanford slides off. That is not good. And there goes Hudson and Sanford right off the track. Hudson and Sanford. And oh, we got a couple more in there. The gauntlet is known for these first lap collisions. Cooper Siren was in there, one of the Audis of Ike Durbin. Jacob Hart was in there. Jacob Hart has heavy front-end damage, and Nick Pericles has some really heavy damage there. Mace has a big lead over James Shelley in 2nd, DJ Curtis in 3rd, and here comes Charles Sanford in 4th. Sanford was the fastest car in final practice, so watch Charles Sanford for a possible upset today. Yeah, Pericles started the back end of the incident there by taking a Hart off the track, and then there's where Siren and Durbin slide in. Tough break for everyone involved in that incident. Big scary wreck here on end of lap 1. There's Noah Hart and Vincent Allen fly off the track. Noah Hart barrel rolling a couple of times before effectively ending his car right there against the tire wall. Noah Hart, very, very scary incident here. Hart would walk away from this wreck, thankfully. Man, Matt Duncan nearly got clobbered there. That would have been very scary. Here's Matt Duncan's on board, and whoa, that was a close call there for Matt Duncan. Nick Mace right now is opening up a rather large lead over James Shelley and DJ Curtis. They are in a heated battle for 2nd position for James Shelley and DJ Curtis, Charles Sanford and Skylar Johnson, all in rather tight battle there. This is allowing Nick Mace to escape off into the distance, and, well, we're looking through the order a little bit. Alex Allen, slow start for him. Henry Sanford, of course. Oh, problem for Paula Thanos. Thanos broke down. Yeah, the car just lost power. Right there on the, coming into the final chicane, and, well, that's going to knock Thanos out of the race. Tough break for her. Charles Sanford battling for, looks like 2nd position now. Sanford, there was, I think, another wreck, made possibly. No, there wasn't. Never mind. Looks like Sanford is going to get it on the outside of the 99 car. And that's going to really be an interesting threat now. Can Sanford catch up to the race leader, Nick Mace? He's got time to do it. DJ Curtis slid off the road there and into Skylar Johnson. That's what happened to those two cars. They would continue onwards down there in the gauntlet. That gauntlet section's very, very difficult to go side by side through, and yet drivers still trying to do it. I can't believe they highlighted that in the drivers' meeting, that of try and avoid going side by side through the gauntlet as much as possible. However, drivers still want to do it because they get such a run coming out down that first back stretch on the other side of that wall over there. You can maybe see it. That they're forced to really go side by side. Skylar Johnson also is very, very slow right now. There goes William Rock, who was a little star at Road Atlanta. He hasn't been very good here at the much faster and I think much more less technical course here at Port Skyline International. Oh, watch out for Martinage there. Martinage slides up the track. Rock wasn't going to play around it. They both go into the wall. So John Martinage, once again, by himself went wide in the gauntlet. And, well, that's going to be a thing about this race. That gauntlet's going to fight people. Nick Mace is trying to open up his rather large lead over Charles Sanford. Sanford needs to really put on pressure now onto Nick Mace. I have not seen Charles Sanford with this big of a chance to win a race before in a while, so he's got to really start putting pressure on the leader now. Nick Mace that time by did a 1:41.6. Charles Sanford did a 1:42.1. That is quite a bit slower. Nick Mace is, I think, trying to pull a Kenny Myatt here and escape away as fast as possible away from the entire pack around him. Speaking of Kenny Myatt, here he is in 13th position. A lot was said after that first race, or after Road Atlanta, where everyone thought his dominating performance would lead into a possible given for a championship. There's a lot of misconceptions about that. Kenny Myatt, this is one of his better tracks. However, Myatt has not had a car that's been all that strong. Right now, he is faster than a good bit of cars in front of him, but his car just hasn't been right this weekend, and especially when I wouldn't exactly call him the shoe-in for the championship, but I will say he'll be a threat, and you can't just say that now because, as said in the pre-race headlines, the next couple of tracks after this are not some of his better tracks. Allie Nelson from 21st position would grenade her motor, going down, grenade the Subaru going down the main straightaway here, and, well, that would not be good for her chances. Well, it pretty much eliminates them, but tough break for Allie Nelson. Andrew Cross, last year's winner, now is all over the back of Charles Sanford for second position. This is where things are going to get very interesting. You also got Jake Basking, your second place finisher last weekend, up in Heat 5, trying to get by Shelley on the outside of the carousel. If he pulls that off, that's one of the better moves I've seen here, and I think he will pull it off. This track is very grippy. It's not like Road Atlanta has been in the past, except it got repaved this year, where it wasn't grippy. And this track has a lot of grip, and you can go pretty much wherever you really want on this track and make a move. It's almost like a big oval that makes right-hand turns. It's a very interesting track, but now you got Andrew Cross, who's running faster, ran faster than Nick Mace last time by. Charles Sanford, however, might be going on a bit of a tire conservation race here, or fuel for that matter. Maybe he's trying to pull a strategy card here. Sanford's that kind of a driver that thinks before he races, except when he does something stupid, which he can do quite often. But now, oh, big wreck there between, looked like DeLise and Matt Duncan. But right there, you're starting to see Nick Mace slowing down. However, Andrew Cross, I think, is faster than Mace. The gauntlet strikes again here as Tamara DeLise is going onto the inside of his teammate, Arisu. DeLise and Ryusu have a good relationship off track. DeLise flies off the track, comes right back in front of Matt Duncan, and, well, the gauntlet strikes again. Roman Rahal would also break down right around this time. Rahal, another car that's having a lot of mechanical problems today, and whoa, right there, there's where Aaron Perkins slides into the back of, I think that was Polyakov there, and Aaron Perkins would have to go to the pits as well, so very, kind of, I don't think Perkins knew what was going on, and Perkins clearly doesn't have control because she hit the pit wall there. Tough break for Aaron Perkins. Here comes Andrew Cross on the outside of Charles Sanford now. Down the hill into the second backstretch. This track has two back straightaways. You can see, like I said, you can see the one on the one side and the other on the other. Down the back straightaway down. Cross makes a move on the outside. Sanford's car doesn't look like it's handling as well as it could. And now you got the 14 of Jake Baskinger sitting in the back. He's pouncing now on the inside of the hairpin. So Sanford goes from second to fourth in about, I don't know, 20 seconds maybe. Well, Sanford's fighting back. I wouldn't give it to Baskinger just yet, but Baskinger's car looks a bit more composed than Charles Sanford's does. However, it looks like Sanford's trying to fight back on Baskinger coming down the back straightaway into the gauntlet area. There's, of course, turn 2, then the gauntlet, which is 3 and 4. Here they go into the gauntlet. Oh, we might get one in the back, though. There goes Travell off the track. That's not going to be good. Right into Myatt, but Myatt holds on to it, but it's going to lose a spot to Thaber. Looks like, man, that was not going to be good there, but Travell did his best not to wreck anybody there, but Myatt is clearly upset with Travell bumping his bumper and going down the straightaway, saying learn to drive. And I think Myatt's going to give Travell, if he can get alongside, I think he'll get him pretty soon here. Myatt is not happy with Travell and is screaming obscenities over the radio. Nick Mace is coming up to lap. Ike Durbin. Actually, no, he's not, because Mace is coming into the pits. Looks like Cross is as well. Baskinger's going to stay out. Sanford comes in. Shelley comes in. So we'll see a pit strategy. This track has been decided by pit strategy before. This track is also very unpredictable, I've noticed. So, Nick Mace, I would not give this just straight to Mace yet. Mace has had a very good start. Both the Porsche drivers are getting amazing fuel mileage this year. They stay out. I'm kind of surprised because they've got a turbocharger that I would expect to suck fuel. Same with the V6 turbo of Myatt. Oh, somebody's blowing up on the other back straightaway. We'll get to that in a minute. Nathan Hudson's race is going, went from bad to worse as he would grenade the 12 car. He had an amazing start. Was one of the quicker cars in final practice. But, yeah, just grenaded the Merc there. Tough break for Nathan Hudson. Nathan Hudson actually would be holding up Vander Pesch in pit road, and Vander Pesch, why are they racing on pit road? Okay. They must have moved because the pit boxes are further back this year, they must have moved the timing line back. So Hudson would fall out of the race. So here comes the 48 down the straightaway now. He's going to get Baskinger by a mile, it looks like. Yeah, gets Baskinger pretty soundly there. Nathan McCain doesn't have a hood. Something happened to him. And now Nick Mace is going to have to pass McCain, and will do that quite easily. Cross actually would get Baskinger. That's going to be a close battle for second there, but I'd be starting to worry now about Nick Mace running away with this one. Nathan McCain will get gauntlified. Actually, not in the real gauntlet situation. He would just go off the track in turn 2 after contact with DJ Curtis. So, can't do a whole lot there. I mean, the gauntlet really is turn 3, and that's where Hudson was blowing up, actually. But, as well, so tough break for Nathan McCain. Jose Antonio Martini is in 8th place in the Oricom. Kind of surprising to see him that far up the grid. I wouldn't have thought that, but Martini is doing a good job actually chasing down Charles Sanford for 7th position. Actually, oh, Nick Mace has a problem! Nick Mace has a problem from the lead! I called that. I called that. Something happened with the 48 car. We'll get to it in a minute. Nick Mace at this time would be reporting a gearbox fault, it looks like, or something wrong with it. Car just would not get out of second position and would just, or out of second gear and would just die. And, well, that's not good for Nick Mace. Coming out of the hairpin, he could go down into first, but it would not shift up. And, oh, contact with Sanford a bit there. Charles Sanford's car, all right, looks it. But tough break for Nick Mace. That would give Andrew Cross a rather large lead, but he's trying to get by lap traffic here. Cross, the race leader, is having issues with Ike Durbin. Ike Durbin runs him off the road. That's his team owner, Ike Durbin, and Cross didn't like that and turns his team owner. Well, that's interesting. From the lead, that's going to give Baskinger from third to first in the period of a quarter of a lap. So Jake Baskinger's now being told he's the leader. Big battle for second. Sanford, Martini, and Griffin. Ryan Griffin looking really strong, but he's going to get gauntleted, it looks like here. Will he keep it on the road? Yes, he does. Ryan Griffin nearly got gauntleted there. The two Porsches are in 5th and 6th. And yes, I just did make up a word saying the gauntleted. But Charles Sanford in second position is looking really, really strong. Nick Mace would have his shifter break. He's back out there on track. The shifter would have gone on that car. So tough break for Nick Mace. He was the dominant car of the day. Just not near enough. That will not be a good result for Nick Mace. Jake Baskinger has really one lap car to get by. Ray Hall he's still got, but gets by Skylar Johnson. Easy. Charles Sanford in second position. If something happens to Baskinger, Sanford could be staring at his first win. And even then, if I'm Charles Sanford, I'd be trying to apply as much pressure as I can. And I believe that's what he's doing right now. 42.0 to a, well, 42.7. So no, he's not. Ryan Griffin actually would become the fastest car on track. And look at this battle! Look at this battle here! Martinage isn't in it, but this is a battle for third position as Griffin's escaping, it looks like. And, well, you know, I'm not sure about how this one's gonna go. But wow, look at this. Looks like Angel and Vander Pesch have been battling pretty hard. Angel's had a history of not getting along with his teammates in the past. He seemingly is getting along with Vander Pesch all right this year, but looks like Vander Pesch is going to be able to hold off the position on Angel there. Or actually, yeah, he can hold the position. 5th on Angel, well, 4th on Angel. And now Sanford's got to do his best to hold them off. Sanford's car doesn't look as fast as it could be. Big pack up here. This is for, it looks like 8th position. Another blow up on the backstretch there. We'll get to that in a minute, but we're going to be watching Kyle Schock Jr., and that's going to be a nasty wreck there with Shellrod and Schock. Alex Allen would be the next car with an engine grenade. There goes the 49 car, the KIR, the Kerbin V12 TVR blows up in grenades, and Alex Allen would fall out of the race. All of these drivers on the grid right now are worried about mechanical problems, because Josh Travell has also just fallen out with mechanical problems, as has Tyler Thaber. Thaber had a mechanical problem as well, so we're starting to really see this track is really being hard on engines. Baskinger stays out. Looks like Griffin's coming in this time. Sanford's in Martini. Oh, Sanford almost lost it on the pit road entrance. Well, don't want to do that. Now Jake Baskinger's in the pits, so we've got to watch now. Where is Ryan Griffin, the former ARCSOA Elite Series champion, won the Season 11 championship. Now you're starting to see Ryan Griffin looking very, very strong for a possible win for Silver Sport. Silver Sport's never won a race before. That is the former Pure Michigan team, just like the Toronto's Honda, pretty much the former Discover Ohio team. He's not going to get the lead, but excuse me. But he will be threat, it looks like. Actually, Baskinger got a bigger lead that time. person who gained quite a lot on that stop was Kenny Might. He's battling right now for 10th position with Michael Cavagnaro 9th, maybe. Yeah, that would be 9th. So now, actually, it could be a lot higher than that with Ryusu. I'm not sure where they're running right now. So Sean Angel stayed out an extra lap to save fuel. Baskinger just now takes the lead back away from Angel. We're going to be interested to see where Angel slots in here. They're packing that car full of fuel. It's coming into a fuel mileage race again. It's going to be a fuel mileage race, it looks like. Second one in a row, really. But this time, I don't think Baskinger can change strategies. Angel might be able to sneak one here. There's the former top two. Nick Mason's a lap down, and Andrew Cross is 12th. Jake Baskinger continues to open up his lead here on this race, his command of this race. Ryan Griffin is trying his best to reel in the 14 car, 42.01 to a 42.4. Yeah, Baskinger's pulling a bit here, but we saw Nick Mace, even though there isn't a whole lot of traffic in front of him, we saw with Nick Mace, mechanical problem, or something else could take Jake Baskinger out of this race if he's not careful. This race has been quite an attrition-filled one, for that matter. John Angel's aggressive pit strategy did not work. He is down driving for 9th, or fighting for 9th with Andrew Cross. He was running 3rd at one time, and James Shelley nearly wrecked Shelton there. Up the hill, big battle here for 3rd between Martini and Sanford. Looks like Martini's finally going to get that spot away from Sanford. Sanford's car doesn't look as good as Martini's. One day Charles Sanford will win a race, but I think it'd be more inclined on an oval rather than a road course. I thought today could have been his day, but maybe not. Maybe he'll be a strong contender at Arkansas. DMC tends to do well at Arkansas. Ryan Griffin will probably have to make another pit stop. Ryan Griffin will. And Jake Baskinger came in a lap later. Might as well. Now the driver that you gotta watch now is Sean Angel. Angel, we think, is going to try and go the rest of the race on this tank of fuel. Now, that's an aggressive strategy here. But I think he's got to gain some time, too, because I'm wondering if that's going to be enough time to maybe steal the lead. It's going to be close, but Baskinger might make it anyway. There's Christian Vander Pesch blowing up. That's not good for Sean Angel's viewpoint. Vander Pesch just blowing up his Porsche. A lot of cars having mechanical problems today. It's quite hot here in Amaria, so... Well, mechanical problems will strike. Close battle here for 16th, it looks like, between Saarinen, Brock, and Curtis. Brock is looking rather... quite a bit quicker than Saarinen in the corners. However, Saarinen's clearly faster down the straights. But Brock is using his aggressive demeanor today, and actually used a bit of slipstream to maybe pull alongside of Saarinen. And with Vander Pesch falling out, that's actually going to be a higher position than we thought. Battle for 15th there, and it looks like Brock is going to get the spot because Saarinen's car just doesn't look composed in the middle of the corner. Nathan McCain would like his teammate would blow up his Curbim. Curbim did not look Curbim wasn't very strong this weekend, and it doesn't seem like their engines are either. There goes Nathan McCain's Curbim Curbim International Racing car. Tough break for the one and the reigning champion. Well, Ryan Griffin had to make a pit stop now, and he is going to come back out on track behind Henry Sanford. We'll see who else has stayed out. Looks like Baskinger did, but Angel is as well. Is Angel going to be a threat? Because it looks like Baskinger's going to have to pit. Well, that's going to be a long way to go on a tank of gas for Sean Angel, although it looks like he's trying to stretch himself. He's trying, but we'll see. I think if he stretches himself too far, that fuel, he won't be able to pass Baskinger anyway. Here comes the 14 into the pits. Angel's got a little bit to go. I mean, he should be able to get him. So Sean Angel's our leader right now, but I don't think he'll make it. 5 laps is a stretch. Or, well, not 5 laps. 4.5 laps is a bit of a stretch. Well, it's quite a stretch, and if he pulls it off, he's a miracle worker. I don't see it. I don't see him going that far. He's going to have to bring it down. And yeah, predictably, Sean Angel would have to pit. That's going to give the lead back to Jake Baskinger, who has done a good job controlling this race. The only real battle on track right now is between Sean Angel and James Shelley. They are really close on fuel. Angel has the better tire, so he should be pulling away, but that's not really the case. Shelley is holding up with Angel right now, and it looks like she's going to make a move down the inside. That's an aggressive move, but it's going to pay off. It looks like, no, maybe not. This chicane should be telling. It's whoever backs out. Shelley had to back out. But now, Shelley's coming back with a run. Final lap for them. Shelley dives again. And this, he should get it here. Yeah, he should get it. I don't think he will, though. I think that Porsche was much more composed through the corner complex. Close battle up front with Ryan Griffin, who lost a spot, actually. And Griffin almost wrecks the 81. His pits, he had a very slow pit stop. Martini's in second, Sampers in third. But Jake Baskinger is going to walk home, I think, with this one. Through the hairpin for the final time. Down through. A couple of corners to go now. He goes through the woods underneath the bridge. They call this the woods, but it's not really. Just a couple of blind trees around the track. Through the, one of the final corners now. He's got the chicane to go. And Jake Baskinger is going to come home and win the round of Amaria this year. Goes to Jake Baskinger, and he will most likely take the point lead. Martini destroys his teammate Martin. Well, Martin has got points, so it's double points for Oricom. Jose Antonio Martini, who I thought would be really slow, actually is going to come home second. And Charles Sanford is going to get a podium in third position. Let's go down to your finishing results.
Georgia, Georgia, the whole day through, just an old sweet song keeps Georgia on my mind. Georgia on my mind. I said, Georgia, Georgia, a song.